Hey guys, welcome. If this is your first time, welcome to Ocheng's Jewel KE. Please like, please subscribe, please hit the share button, and most importantly, hit the bell button because you will be able to be given a notification each time I upload a new video. And if there's one thing that I can assure you is is a video it's gonna be later, it's gonna be very later. Yeah, my name is Joy. My name is Joy Ching, and the joy of the Lord is my strength, and I live, love, laugh, and I never forget to eat. So today we are going to do our very first request. Yes, yes, who's excited? Definitely me. So this is our very first request, and it's going to be an amazing journey. So sit back, relax, take a pen and paper if you will need. And let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. First of all, what you're going to need is comb. You is going to need two types of combs because I feel like they work best together. So you will need this type of comb. Okay, I normally see them do this. No, no. Y'all can see that. Y'all can see that. Yeah, this type of comb, an afro comb, a hallelujah comb, whatever you guys want to call it. And then you will need this, that. Yes. So this is either a tail comb or a jelly comb, tomato, this. And then you will need a hairbrush. So this is the brush that I use, the tiny ones for like your nails. You can use them, it serves the same purpose. Then you will need gel. I am using Eco Styler, the one with olive oil. So basically it has a green lid. You also know the way they have let me focus. There. So there's normally the one that has argan oil, and then there's the one that has flax seeds. Well, I'm currently using this. Maybe we will change again because I have practically used all of them, and the difference is the same for me. And then we are going to need bobby pins. So I have two ranges of bobby pins. I got these huge ones. I don't even get why people do this thing because so let me chuck it like this, and then maybe this will make sense. So there's this long bobby pin. I think they only come in those two sizes. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And then there's this teensy weensy ones. So they are just small. Ni kama huyu ni first born alafu ni second born. You get same mommy, same daddy family. So what else are you going to need? Your head. You will need your head, and it needs to have hair. Then we will need water. This is just normal tap water in a fancy spray bottle. So yeah, it's just normal water. If you don't have this, please usisikie ni kama tuko na stress, downfall stresses. Go to your shower, wet your hair. I beg, the difference is the same. So oh yeah, and then you're going to need the extension that you're going to use. So the extension that us kids are going to be using today is a very interesting extension. This one was, so this is how it looks. This is how it looks. So it kind of, so it's curly on the bottom, and then here is kind of straight, but then it sort of wants to look like dreadlocks. Hii nywele inaitwa ngoja kidogo, Minerva Locs. It's called Minerva Locs, and the thing about this is it does not come as an extension. It comes as, you know, like single strands. It's, yeah, it comes like single strands. These ones are normally used for crochet, and maybe I can pop in a pic of one of my girls who did this hair. as crochet. So now, me, uh I just took it and made it into an extension that you can see, that you can tie onto your ginene career when you are done. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so step one is to scratch your hair if you need to scratch it. I'm joking. So you need to wet your hair. So this is basically how your hair is going to be. And sometimes I may be looking in this direction because this is where like the mirror is. But hamutapoteza chochote. You will not miss a step because I got you. Oh yes, and you're going to need a clip, a ribbon ya kufunga nywele yako. So step one is to wet your hair. So basically, what I am doing right now is applying pressure on this, and then it releases. Why am I even doing it? Spray your hair. So spray your hair until the desired wetness. Unasikia majirani zangu? Unasikia? So basically spray your hair until um, it's as wet as you want it, or as wet as is manageable. Oh yeah, so I don't know whether this should serve like a disclaimer, but nini, my hair is not necessarily at your 4C, as in your langu is not very hard, so it's yeah, it's just not hard. Why am I even going into a lot of details that are completely unnecessary? It's not hard though, it's not hard. Oh yeah, and you may also need some oils, whatever oils that you desire to use. Sometimes when I am easy, when I am maybe in a hurry or something, I'm just gonna run rub rather coconut oil on my hair. And other times when I'm feeling like, hey, this girl is on fire, nitaweka hizi mafuta zote, my friend. So yeah, my hair is wet as it needs to be. Then I'm just gonna comb it out so that it's not entangled or ngumu or sijui nini. So at this point I would advise, depending on what kind of hair you have, if you have 4C hair or something, I'd advise for you to get it into sections. Get it into sections so that you don't lose too much hair, and then you don't have to feel a lot of pain and have a headache after you're slaying. You know, that thing is uncomfortable. Yeah, so as for me and my house, we'll comb my hair like this. We'll comb like this because it's easy, you know, it's easy to just comb it like this. It doesn't have too many ninios, too many stuff. I laugh, you know, sometimes it's just nice to stop and pose and be like and be like you. Yeah, and then you get back to reality and you start combing your hair. So you see, once you have combed your hair, how do you know you have effectively combed your hair? That is a very good question. So when you have totally combed it, it's the comb is basically going to run through like that, you know. So image detangle, it has detangled, and then it is not entangled. Yeah. So then at this point you can take the oils that you normally use and pucker apply on your hair. So you rub, and then upake too. So this is coconut oil I'm packing. Yeah. And massage your scalp. Massage your scalp. Just massage it into your scalp, and yeah, that's basically it. And then now for me, once I pack a oil, when I put oil on my hair, I'm just gonna comb it again because I feel like it has lost its straightness because of the massaging. So I'll comb it up again, and then Yeah, I feel like it's okay, it's ready for the next step. So for me, step two, and I would advise you to do it too, is to use this other comb. Now this other comb just like fine, what I'm saying too, let me just say fine tunes whatever it is that you had done in the initial stage, and it just makes everything a bit more easier to work with. So let's just do it. So depending on where you want your extension, so there's three different ways you can do your extensions. You can either do your extensions like here at the front, and then you look like some sort of Cleopatra, or you can do it here in the middle, nite isi kisogo. I don't think this is your kisogo, but you can do it like somewhere here in the middle, and then you can do it at the back, huku, like here. You can do it at the back of your head, whichever tickles your fancy, whichever makes you sleep at night. Says rock that one, rock that one. So for us today, we're going to put it hapa. We're going to put it here in the tune of our in the middle of our heads. So yes, we have combed. So now we want to get it into a bun. You probably need to get your hairband on you. I like to put it on my right hand just because I can. So yeah, let's do this. So how I like to get my hair in a bun is I run my fingers through it, because I just feel like it gets everything, especially the middle ones. You know, those middle ones that zina behave ni kama hii kichwa si yako. You know. So I just get them. So you probably are not going to use two hands to get your hair in a bun. I don't. So this is how I do mine. You know, I just so on this side I'm going to use that hand, and just make sure you're smoothing it out. And then on this side I'm just going to pull it together and pull the back and pull those ones. And yeah, we got it in a bun. We got it in a bun. So my hair ain't too long, and it also is not too short. Iko tu hapo katikati. It's just at the center. At the center. So sometimes when you're combing your hair, or when you're getting into a bun, you're going to feel like, because you probably run your fingers through it, you know, like here in the middle there are no fingers. So when you run it through, there's going to be hair that's going to be there, and then itakuwa like it's a bulk or a thingy of its own. So tame that, says tame that. So after you have gotten it into the position where you want it to be, feel free to correct it every time you feel like there's an error. So we are going to tie with our hairband. So this one will depend on how loose or how tight you want it. Don't get a headache. Don't get a headache from tying it so tight that you can't even, you know, smile. Like you feel like, yeah, like that. So we have tied it. So at this point you can either like go direct with the gel, but I like to just run my small comb through. So I run my small comb just to ensure that I'm taming the flyaways, you know, the hairs that behave like they have a brain of their own. And I'm like, yo, you're seated on my head. It's my brain. It's my brain. So we've put it all there. And then now we will take our gel, or not or. So sometimes after you have done that, you may need to just do oil again. Now the thing about putting oil at this stage mostly is because for me I feel like it gives you this luster. Your hair just shines really nicely. Yeah. So then, so you take gel. So I have taken my gel into my hand like this. Just because I don't like to chotter from the main container. It feels like why? So what I do is, you see, when you have a lot like this, you just take kidogo and you apply right through it. So because us guys are going to be having a us guys are going to take some more, because us guys are going to be having a bun. No, is it a bun? No, an extension. Yeah, an extension. Because you're going to be having an extension, you don't necessarily have to calculate where packing the gel ends, so you just do it, you know. And please make sure you keep looking at yourself in the mirror just so that you know you're getting it right. And then there's something about the center of my head over here. I think maybe because I have a lot more hair here, and it's really, really let me just say a lot, it tends to sometimes behave the way it wants, you know. So I apply a lot more gel here than I do in any other part of my head, because see, I don't want it to simama at some point. So you do the same to the back, you just apply nicely. And the thing about the back of your head is, trust your instinct. Trust your instinct. I mean, you gon' get it, sis. You gon' get it. So you apply in an upward motion as you're heading towards your mosodo, as you're heading towards your bun. So you apply to the sides nicely. When you're not seeing me, please knock on your screen, because you know I might go like this and disappear. So just be like, yo sis, you've left group, I'll come back. So you apply the gel. Now, by the way, it's not a must. You don't have to finish all the gel that you are taking from your hand. You don't have to. And that is not being an economist. Hapana. It is. But see, gel nyako. Is the gel not yours? So after you have applied properly, and you have applied to your satisfaction, you know, there is no script as to too much gel or too little gel. You just want to run your hands around, you know, run your hands just to ensure that you are getting everything in place. Then you take your brush. So the advantage of this brush is because I can hold it like that, but I still don't may hold it like this. So you brush. So what you're doing at this point is just basically laying everything in place. Now this is the thing, you can either go in a straight motion, which is absolutely okay, but you see, for me, I feel like my head is just not at the two. They want to drop you. Hey, you will not be the end of me. Oh, there. So I feel like my head doesn't make sense for me to put it like so what I do is I brush the center in that direction. Then when you get like here, I want to just, you know, sort of give it a curve. Then it has a nice, it just lays nicely. I'm gonna show you what I mean. So you don't like make a line, because then you're going to have to redo a lot of things. So just get to that point, you can see, and just bend just a bit, just bend a bit, lay your brush a bit. So basically what you're doing is giving your head some sort of form without necessarily having to get a line. You see how that looks? Now if you compare it with that, you get what I mean? Yeah. So because you have gotten what I mean, I am going to do the same on the other side. So at this point, you can either tie your hair so that it dries, or you can leave it like this. I do it either way. So today, let's tie. My advice would be that you tie your hair using a silk or satin kitambaa. Why? Because it retains moisture. It won't suck up all that moisture that you have worked so hard Yes. So we tie our kitamba. Make up our kitambara. We tie our kitambara. We tie our kitambara. Oh, 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 oh. And you said we can't look fancy as we wait for our hairs to dry. So at this point, you can do your makeup and basically get you spoofed up, ready for whatever it is that you want to do. We are still waiting for our hairs to dry, but so that you can put the bun and all. And this could depend on how long you want to take, or how much time you have and stuff. So as we wait for our hairs to dry, I just want to ask you something. What are you afraid of? What are you really afraid of? I am afraid of a lot of things, but I have a few major ones that scare the hell out of me. Not that there is hell in me, but you all get my point. And I just want to share something that I was told a while back and that really helped me a lot. Do not fear, do not be afraid, do not be dismayed. Not because fearful things will not come, not because you are a coward, not because of those other becauses that one can think of. Do not fear because the Lord has your back. Do not fear because God said, I will never leave you nor forsake you. Do not fear because God said that even though you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you should fear no evil, for He protects you. So, in the midst of all that drama and those things and all the pain, all the sorrow, all the hurt, all the, what's the word, the discomfort, that wasn't the word I was looking for, but it serves the purpose. The discomfort, um the trauma, lean on His word, because He says He will never leave you nor forsake you. Never does not mean that, okay, I'm gonna have your back on Monday, but Tuesday wewe jipange. No, never means never, never. So trust on his promises. They are new every morning. So yeah, by now we probably do not have as much time if you're doing this in the morning. So get that thing off your head, sis. So we are getting it out of our heads, and don't you just let it. Are you not happy with yourself? Are you not happy? So that's out of the way. So we do our bun. So you can do this. We do our extension. Ni nini na bun. So you have it. You have like the two thingies at the end that are used to tie. So just get it right there and tie. So the thing is, for me, the first like tie, I just do, I run it round, yeah, and then just make sure that it's intact, that you have it in the right place. So my advice to you guys would be that all the knots are done from behind, and you just want to put all your hair on one side so that you don't tie them, if you know what I mean. So that is knot number one. Flips hair, and then run it through, and we are still tying. I have not gone. So we have tied, and it's nice and tight, nice and tight. nice and tight. So at this point you can either leave it like this, or you can, what I normally do is I get like 2 or 3 strands from the bottom part of it, you know, like 2 or 3 strands from the bottom, and then I zungusha. So just make sure you're keeping them nice and neat like that, and then run it right through to this part. So because you see where they're ending in that awkward place, so you apply a very light hand when you're doing the thing round. That way you can actually easily lift it up and get them to be at the bottom of that line. You see, like that. So nobody's gonna see that you was running your hair around it. And then you take your bobbies. So you can either use these short ones or these long ones, whichever makes you sleep the nicest. So how I do mine is I use the long ones for the back. So you don't need too many, by the way. You don't need too many. I just bought these because, so you take, and you, this is basically to just have the whole bun in place. You know, sometimes the devil might decide to embarrass you. Unainama hivi chwa, kiban kimeenda ki extension. So you secure that in place, and then you take 2. Now the front part, you do not want everybody to be seeing that you're using bobbies. It just doesn't look nice and clean. So you ensure that you are putting it at the bottom, like that. It hides nicely. It hides down there nicely and secures that bun. Take another one. Don't put them too close together because then it beats all logic. So you run it right there through that one, and so when you look at your hair, aren't you proud of yourself? Aren't you proud of yourself, girl? Yeah. So that is basically how we do this. Then go rocket, sis. Go rocket. Go rocket, sis. Go rocket. So yeah, please remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, and go rocket, sis. Go rocket. Go rocket, sis. Go rocket. So yeah, please remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, and don't forget to live, love, laugh, and don't forget to eat. I'm out.